Hey y'all, welcome to uh, Bigfoot RC. This is my new channel, and today we have with me the Axial SCX10 2 kit version. I'm not on here to talk bad about any company whatsoever. We will be doing a new motor and ESC upgrade. Mine burned out on the first run. I had a 3000 kV brushless motor with 60 amp ESC inside this vehicle. You'll see that here in a minute. So we're going to be switching to a 35 turn brushed motor with a Axial AE5 ESC, and I'll show that to y'all here in just a minute. So let's dig right in and see what we got. Alright, let's go ahead and take the body off. So you just pull these 4 pins out, I'm sure y'all know. I've had this kit for a little while, slow process of building it. Alright. So here's the setup I had. I had the 3000 kV brushless motor system, 4-pole, with a 60 amp brushless ESC. So the motor didn't burn up, but the ESC did, so I decided to just go ahead and swap out to a brushed motor, see if that would be more reliable. So in order to take this apart, turn it upside down. I believe it's a 2mm. Take out this bolt here. Slipped off of there. So once you take these 2 screws out, you have a couple more screws to take out, and that would be one right here underneath the link system. Oh, that one's in there tight. Alright. There's that one, and then there's one more on the other side here. Oh, and there we go. So that allows the whole transmission transfer case assembly to pop right out of the chassis. So you just pull the drive shafts out. There we go. Don't lose your drive shafts. Okay. Now we have a rolling chassis. So we'll set that to the side. Alright. So here is the transmission and transfer case and motor. Okay. So we'll have to take this cover off to get to this. So you got 2 bolts right here and right here. We're going to take those out real quick. Try not to strip your head of your bolts there. Well, I may end up stripping one of my bolts. Cool. Alright. There's one out. Get the other one over here. Those are both 2mm hex heads. Okay, that one actually came out a lot smoother. A lot less of a tight fit, I guess. And you pop this spur gear cover off. Alright, so now that we got that off, you can see the spur gear here, slipper clutch, and then you got your pinion gear here. So we have two screws right here and right here. Take those out to get the motor out of there. Those are 2mm as well. I think most of the bolts on this kit are 2mm. Alright, that one's loose. And there we go. That one's loose. Alright, so that is how to remove the motor itself from the transmission. So now we have to take off our pinion gear. There's one little set screw right there. So we'll take that out, and that is as well a 2mm hex head. So you don't have to loosen that very much. This is a 15 turn pinion gear. So I had bought this off of Amazon. I was going fairly cheap when I made this kit. So I think the ESC and motor combo cost me like $40, I believe it was. I thought it was going to be a really good deal, but I guess the ESC couldn't handle my battery. It said it was 3S LiPo, which I have a 3S 54 mAh, 5400 mAh LiPo battery that I run. So we took that out, and let's get this back over here. Now, kind of got a mess here. Not a lot. I don't have a big work area here. I actually sit at my kitchen table. So I have this ESC glued down with, it's on there pretty good. I have to take my waterproof gasket out of my receiver box here. Just pull that out, set that to the side. So here was my ESC. It was a 60 amp waterproof ESC. It even says 2S to 3S LiPo ready. Now I programmed it to where it was on 3S LiPo and everything like that. But like I said, I guess maybe I did something wrong. Who knows? Maybe just bad batch. I don't know. But it burned up on me. Fan stopped working. Smelled burning electronics basically. And no response from the motor, no response. ESC, the only thing that would respond would be my steering servo. So I went to Hobbytown, USA, my local hobby store, and I got a RC 4-wheel drive 35 turn brushed motor. Okay. And I also got the Axial AX5 or AE5, excuse me, brush motor with the Dean's connector. And we've got those taken off. We can go ahead and mount our new motor to our transmission. Okay, let's put our spur gear back on first. Now, I'm not going to be able to put this on here tight just yet because I need to set the mesh. So, we will slide this into here, and we will kind of test and see how far that spur gear goes into that pinion gear. That's not even half of the teeth touching each other. So let's loosen this pinion gear back up off the motor. We'll move it out just a little bit. Tighten that back down. And we'll test it again. So slide it in there just like so. And it is still not quite where I want it personally. I like to have the teeth touching pretty evenly there. So we'll move it out just a little bit more. And tighten that back up just a little bit. And just a little more need to be pulled out. There we go. I think this is it. Okay, I think that's about where I want it. It's pretty much flush with that spur gear there. So now let's go ahead and get our bolts put back in here. And we're not going to tighten them up just yet because we still haven't set the mesh. So you put these little guys in here. They're a little tricky here. Okay, got one started. Now I can go ahead and find the other bolt hole, and there it is. I'll just drop that bolt right in there, or try to anyways. So I'll just get on with my hex driver here, and I'll tighten that down just a little bit, just so I know it's started. So now you can see you can still move your motor around. That will help you to set your mesh. Now for this you'll need a small piece of paper. Just regular notebook paper will work. Okay, I got me a little piece of notebook paper here. You can see the lines on it and everything. So the kit actually tells you to put that in between the spur gear and the pinion gear, and you just kind of run it in there to where it's snug. And once it's snug, then you can proceed to tightening your bolts down all the way, which is what we're going to do. So I have that one tight, and that one is also now tight. Now, don't know if you can see that, but it left some ridges on that paper, which I would assume is probably tight enough, just enough